So there is some sort of humanity still left in him, but is the point of this to let that humanity die? You're gonna kill your sister. Oh no! They're being creative with it! What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben and today I'll be reacting to the Death Note episode 28. Now the last episode was just amazing. We have basically two L's now in Mello and Nier. Of course their motivations are different, but it makes it so that Light is completely out of his depth. He struggled against one L, now you've got two. And I like their differences. One is more emotional and one seems actually emotionless, whereas you had L, who was, I would say was in control of his emotions. He had emotional moments, I think, when something bad was happening and he would react. He had anger, I think, when he struck Matsui. So he definitely had emotions, but he was in control of them. Now you have basically that split apart in two of them, where one is competitive and is very emotional and is acting out of those emotions to try and beat Nier to getting to Kira, while Nier is just emotionless, doesn't care, and wants to do the job and get to Kira. And it seems like he's got some plan in place for Mello, and I'm waiting to see what that is and just how Nier can use that, because Nier definitely feels like the main one. He feels like the one that can actually do it. Yeah, the big part of the last episode is that Light's sister has been kidnapped. I think she's probably gonna die. I feel confident that she might die. I think it will ultimately come down to either the sister or the Death Note. I think they're gonna be backed into a corner and Light's going to take it into his own hands. I don't think he would ever allow the Death Note to leave and get into someone else's hands, because of course this is the second one. He's got the other one under lock and key. This is the other one that the task force have. He can't allow someone else to get one. I'm surprised in the 5 years no other ones have shown up. That's surprising to me. But focusing on the two, I don't think Light's going to give it up. I think he would kill his sister for it. And I'm just very curious to see how that would affect him and also Yagami. I feel like the whole point of this is to affect Yagami and break up the task force, because that would really expose Kira. You already have people realizing that Elle is gone, and now you have this imposter that's there in this place. So it's all becoming very interesting and more hopeful. Even though Elle is dead, it feels like his will is still continuing, and it feels like he's now got a better chance at success. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in.
I told you that we wouldn't rely on Elle. The FBI and the CIA have explicitly asked that I head up their investigation.
That we wouldn't rely on Elle?
We are outraged by the recent murder of the director of the NPA and feel something must be done.
Are you going to take control?
Lead to the arrest of Kira? Who is he anyway? This confidence.
Out of your depth, thrown off.
I'll have a team on standby in LA, but for now they'll be working on a need-to-know basis. Also, I can monitor the city via satellite.
Yep, you're thinking. You're just analysing what's being said.
I'll let you have full authority on this, Elle.
And hang up. Okay, you're gonna watch and see what he does. It adds pressure to him.
Is it really safe to leave this case in the hands of a fake L?
That's why it's a good idea. It means there'll be an opportunity to take advantage of them.
Yeah, you can study them.
People's lives is important, but as the SPK, our primary goal is very clear. We'll work to get the notebook and capture Kira once and for all.
Excellent.
At this point, I don't care if it costs me my life. Please, just save Sayu.
Oh.
Promise me.
Where do you respect this promise?
Talking like that, Dad.
Not promising.
You might have made your peace with the idea of dying, but have you ever thought about how painful it would be for everyone else you leave behind?
It's all fake. He just wants the Death Note.
It's true that you might lose contact with us, but if that happens and you have to make
It's all just fake and you all eat it up.
whatever's necessary to make sure both you and Sayu get out of this alive, promise me, Dad.
He's actually gonna kill the daughter, isn't he? Or is he gonna kill both of them?
Really want me to go to Los Angeles with you?
Yeah. There's
No.
a chance I might need to use your eyes this time.
There we go. Why'd you have a bird? Except she's only useful for the eyes. That's it. I don't think I even feel bad for Miso anymore. She is just pure. She's not quite evil. She just does not care. She's apathetic about everything. Just goes along with anything. I feel bad for the bird. Why is the bird there?
If things go badly, I may have to kill Sayu.
There we go. I think he's gonna do it. You've heard this? What are you gonna do? Because you go against him? It's been 5 years. Is this the life you've always wanted? Or can you fight him? What's the point of you in this now? Just the eyes? Or do you actually have anything to do?
I want you to tail my father closely and get on the same plane as him.
Got it. I'm gonna get a haircut so they won't recognize me.
Oh, actually Buzzcat, wow. That is already considered. Miso, he lets Miso do. I don't get the relationship. Light doesn't care. Yeah, the fact that he's already considered killing Sayu makes me think he's gonna do it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna come down to it. That's where this is leading. It's gonna come down to confrontation. It's gonna be really difficult.
Mr. Yagami.
Who are you? One of the kidnappers.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Going to board flight SE-333. I have your tickets with me.
Different flight, right? Or is that the one you're on?
I can understand your concern, but arresting him now will accomplish nothing. Keep your distance, and don't lose sight of them.
Can Aizawa get on their same flight? Is that possible?
They're boarding a different flight than originally planned.
Yep, how can you get on that one?
And
Get a hold of yourself. You just blow your cover and the operation would be ruined. Can you find out where the flight is headed?
let's see.
So Light is definitely trying to save his sister. That's the angle. He's not just straight up trying to kill her immediately. He's actually playing along a little bit. So there is some sort of humanity still left in him. But is the point of this to let that humanity die?
Do you copy? You have strayed from your flight path.
Right?
This is Flight SE-333. I read you loud and clear.
Straight away.
I assure you everything's okay. This is a detour.
This is interesting.
If you attempt to call the authorities to interfere with our course, I will not hesitate to crash the plane and take all the passengers.
So gotta remember, this is basically another L doing this. It's not just some random person who's done a kidnapping. It's another L who's done this. So it's of course going to be confusing and difficult to follow.
The deputy director's flight has just changed direction. A passenger's going to be dropped off somewhere.
So is it not in LA?
Already checked today's flight crews and passenger lists ahead of time. No one on board was suspicious.
You're gonna kill your sister.
Then the kidnappers are powerful enough to influence these people. Looks like I have no choice.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna kill her.
Director, this is L. Get me N.
Right.
N.
And I was building it out of dice. I love just seeing his little whatever he does. It's not just eating sweet stuff. It's just creative.
And military on your end not to take any action yet.
What's he thinking? I never realized he was this unreliable.
I do like this. It makes Light look so out of his depth and kind of just an amateur. He doesn't actually seem as good as L was.
I'm the one who kidnapped your daughter, but don't get the wrong idea.
More chocolate. Nice.
I have no interest in your daughter's life, one way or the other. There's only one thing I want, and you know what that is. The Notebook.
Making it clear. Yep, you're driven by your emotion and desire to be near.
I prepared things so that both of us can walk away satisfied. Play along, and there'll be no problems.
Yagami should be fine with this.
The Notebook to some criminal.
You're
In
gonna...
exchange for my daughter's life. When the time comes, what's the right thing to do?
I'm really hoping that Mello will consider if the sister's gonna die. What would he do there? The fact that it's gone this far already would suggest that she's kind of on Kira's good side or something like that she has some connection. That why isn't she dying like the other guy did? If Kira can kill the chief of police, surely he can kill this person. So what is happening there? I hope Mello's realised something there and has some kind of backup plan in case she does kick the bucket. I've got to accept that she could die. It's gonna be sad, but I feel like it's gonna happen. I don't want to be caught off guard by it. So you land in a canyon. And you're making like a little fortress out of those dice.
Send you a direct video feed of what we're currently seeing here.
Dad. So what's gonna happen?
He's gonna see faces. Did you even bring the Death Note? We haven't actually seen it yet. I wonder if you bought a fake. Because they don't know what the Death Note looks like. Sure, though, they're probably gonna test it first. Could they oh wait, no, if they test it, they might have to test it on Yagami. It means his daughter would go free.
Go inside.
They're underground?
Well, well, isn't that interesting?
Yep, smart. Again, this is Nia versus Mello. Light has basically nothing to do with this.
Underground facility? The kidnapper must have predicted that we'd be watching him by satellite. That means there's no way to keep an eye on Dad.
It actually feels quite useless here. I'm really happy with it. It's between Nia and Mello. She's alive, that's good. There's air, and you can't hear what she's saying, but there seemed like a hole. Oh no! What the? Oh, wait, what? Still alive.
The glass is bulletproof, understand?
Great demonstration! Thanks!
The place used to belong to a crime syndicate. They used to make trades just like this. We've made a few modifications as well.
Definitely showing off how serious you are. Great, yay.
We both step back and spin the glass door. The notebook will end up on my side and the girl on yours.
That works, that's good.
However, if you don't agree to this trade, I'll shoot your daughter through this opening.
That technically means they don't even have to see the Death Note is in the case for it to work. Yagami, you should just be doing this without question, and Light can do nothing here.
You can't seriously think that handing the notebook over to someone you don't know is a good idea, can you?
We're just having fun with this.
First, open the notebook and insert it halfway into the slot in the glass door on your left.
Oh wait, you test it by seeing the Shinigami. Of course, there's no Shinigami attached. Rem's dead.
Damn it! It's setback after setback, and I've only just arrived in the US, so I'm not in any position to start giving orders to the American police.
Exactly, you're so out of your depth. It's amazing.
At this rate, the notebook's gonna be...
Light, is everything okay?
But then he's gonna kill his sister.
You look kind of...
Misa, just shut up and do what I told you, alright?
Misa, why are you with him?
I need you to keep killing Japanese criminals, so just do that. This guy's obviously investigating Kira.
So that's what she's doing.
Okay. But who is this guy?
Just get on with it, alright?
Misa, leave!
I can still make it. It's my only option to kill Sayu.
Now then, I'll test the notebook.
Test it!
There we go, they have to.
We can't make the trade without making sure it's the real thing.
They have to.
Do you really want to see your daughter die?
Is Light gonna do it? I feel like, is this going to remove all his humanity? Of course Yagami will do it, he'll protect his family. I would not blame him at all for this. Light, yes.
Can't do it. No one but the police knows about this case. If Sayu dies, I can't blame her death on Kira.
Okay, so that's why, not just to protect the Death Note. Go that guy.
You okay, Miller? Look, that's what you get when you steal from me and sell goods behind my back.
Interesting. So are you criminals?
It seems the notebook is genuine after all. Now let it go. We'll make the exchange for your daughter.
Okay, and that works. Yay. And Light is not going to kill his sister, so he does have some humanity left. Not fully a god, then.
Don't lose sight of it, no matter what.
You seem to think that's quite an easy task. Nevertheless, we'll do what we can.
I really want to know what Nier's thinking.
I am afraid we've been tricked.
Tricked? Huh? What? What's this? Is that a rocket? It's a rocket! What?
A missile?
Oh! No, it's a
We
missile.
won't be able to track that with radar.
Huh.
Is the notebook on that thing?
Where are you sending it? This is interesting. Is that just distraction? What is it?
Which one?
You have to choose. What do you follow? Can you not follow both?
Then this is gonna wipe out all those past screw-ups of mine, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Wiped out for sure.
Yeah, he's dead. Okay, that guy's dead. Helicopter's gonna explode. Yep, wiped out. So these guys are criminals, and they shouldn't be in charge of the Death Note.
We can't track it. We've lost the signal. It could be anywhere now.
Okay, so you've lost it. They have actually gotten the Death Note away from you. I want to know what Nier's thinking. Have we gotten much? We haven't got much internal monologue from him yet. I'm waiting for him to really step up and be the new L like that. You saved your daughter. You did good. And Light is just falling apart, which is so amazing to watch. Then he's going to take that anger out on Misa, which isn't a good thing. Why are you still with him? Is there any point where Light could just push her away? I feel like you're going to hit her. Shoved away. Misa, leave! He doesn't like you or love you, whatever. He has no feelings towards you whatsoever. He would quite happily kill you if you got on his bad side enough.
He should be getting his hands on the notebook any moment now. And when he does...
Oh, you're dead. Is that... Oh, wait, no, isn't it dying? You better not know your real name. And the tower falls. I don't want Nier to die yet. Come on. Oh. That one dead. Tower's collapsing. He's killing your staff. Is that it? Yep, killing your staff. What about Nier? Do they know each other's actual names? Is Nier your actual name? Don't know who you are. Ow, no! They're being creative with it. Yep, the tower's falling, but we haven't seen Nier yet. You can't kill the new L off this quickly. Surely. You're just leaving him with nothing. So, there's actual good people. We haven't seen the actual smart one yet die. You dying? Okay, no, people left alive. Lady, dude, Nier. What about the other one that was actually pretty good and smart? Seemed actually useful.
He got us. The majority of the SPK's members have just been killed by the notebook.
But still, you got like a few alive. That's a good thing.
You were the one who handed over the notebook without a fight. You and your people were totally helpless.
Oh, you're gonna take control.
Are you saying if you were in command, you wouldn't have handed it over?
It would have been impossible to avoid this.
Okay.
There's really no point in us quarreling.
Smart one is alive. Good.
I should admit that I have a very good idea of who the culprit behind this might be.
Excellent. Mello, yeah.
I suspect the person who arranged the kidnapping and the trade is someone who goes by the name Mello.
Okay. But I don't want you two to work together to go against Mello. I want everyone to go against each other.
Known as Whammy's house.
Yeah.
Whammy's house. That's the place Watari established.
Yep, you can see the connections now.
He wants to see which of us will be the first to take down Kira, the final challenge.
Yeah. So he's killed all your staff, but not you. So does that mean he could kill Nier? But just doesn't want to. Oh, Shinigami realm. We back here?
Armo Justin.
You look freaky.
Ryuk said it was his and that he had dropped it and took it.
Wait. Huh? Wait.
I have no choice but to find Ryuk and ask him yourself.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Light has this dude's notebook?
I guess I have to go to the human world.
This whole time, that's where it came from.
Have fun.
Well, that sucks.
Okay, no, oh great, now you have another Shinigami coming. Oh dear me, that's good. So yeah, there's so many things against Kira at this point. You have Mello and Nier against him, and now you have a Shinigami that's coming back for the notebook. That's good. If he has no notebook anymore, but then you still have a free one that Rem no longer is attached to. So that's bad. But still, it's something else to go against him. Happy with that. But of course, this episode confusing. I think we're past the biblical connections. I mean, probably not fully past, but this one definitely not as heavily influenced by biblical stuff as the last one was. It's building off of this new thing that we're going through with En, Mello, and Light. Cool to see that Light didn't kill his sister. That was a good thing, but of course it didn't come from like a good place. It came from, oh no, if I do it, it now is down who the suspects are. It was self-serving. So it's not the best thing, but it still comes from him. So I think his humanity is still like there, but it's hanging on by a thread. Like he really did consider it, and he was angry about it. I like just seeing his reaction. I like just seeing how much he's struggling with this. It's so much fun. It's so satisfying after everything this guy has done. Yagami, again, he's just been through so much. I honestly am surprised he didn't have a heart attack at the thought of this guy shooting his daughter, and then thankfully the glass was bulletproof, but still. Surprised he didn't have a heart attack there. But maybe we're seeing, oh, this could have been this could have been very bad for Yagami. As in, seeing his moral compass be tested like this. Before, when Light wanted to use the Death Note to test it, and test the 13-day rule, no one would let him. Here, Yagami did allow someone to use the Death Note, and allowed someone to die for his daughter. This is a big character moment for him. His morality has wavered. Of course, it's to save his daughter. You can't blame him. It's a perfectly fine thing to do, but it meant that his morality wavered. I mean, anyone would choose their daughter in this situation over some person that they don't know dying, but it does mean that his morality has wavered. It's been fractured. I don't want this to destroy him. I really don't, but it feels like that's where it's going. He's already getting stressed, going grey in his hair from all of that stuff that he's been through, and now his morality is being tested and changed and attacked. But yeah, then so we have Nier. Yep, emotionless, calm, as always, and just going along with this. Mello has gotten the Death Note. He's killed Nier's entire team, or most of them. He has 3 left. Woman, man, and the guy that seemed to be smart and was able to say what Nier was thinking, which is a difficult thing to do. So waiting to get more on those characters, and just wonder why they were left alive. But I'm waiting for Nier to become more L-like. He definitely is like the new L, obviously, but I'm waiting for him to really step into that sort of role, where we get to see him at the center of everything, where we get to know his internal monologue and what he's thinking in basically every moment, because that is what L was. We got to just understand what was going on in that capacity. We're not seeing that with Nier yet. I'm still very lost on what he's doing and what he's thinking until he actually verbally says it. Then Mello, I'm trying to figure out what his goal. It is to find Kira, but he's coming at it from a bad angle. He seems to be a criminal and seems to be kind of a bad person, but his goal is to find Kira. That's good. I can get on board with this. But of course that means he now has the power of a Death Note, and he's going to use that to try and defeat Nier. He's not killing Nier, but he's going to use the Death Note to try and find out who Kira is. So really, we've got a good person and a bad person going against a very more evil person. Fine with that. I think, of course, you can't sort of justify what Mello's doing, but at the end of it, do I really care? I just care about Light being defeated, and if this is how it works, I'm kind of fine with that. Of course, it's not a good thing. It's not good. Hopefully, I want Nier to win, but at least it's adding something against Light. That's what I'm happy with. Then Misa, I want something good for her. She's been putting up with so much, and I just don't get why she's still with Light. How infatuated is this? That's undying loyalty. It's so annoying. I want her to leave him. I'm hopeful that this maybe sets it up. The way she looks and just her appearance there, she looks so hurt or almost afraid of him. Can that lead to something? It's no longer just enamored by adoration for him. She actually is afraid of him. I really hope that she does leave, but then if she does, Light kills her because she's the biggest loose end he has. But then again, why isn't he just killing her now? I feel like he's just toying with her. I'm scared, and I almost want Misa to leave. Again, she's still part of this, and she does deserve punishment. But maybe this is kind of punishment enough for her, dealing with Light. I'm just basically being eternally with him and just putting up with this. But then, is that a good thing anyway? I don't know. I just want her to like stand up for herself and leave. Yes, she's a bad person. I want her to be punished, but still, Light is awful, and I don't get why she's still around him. At this point, why? It's been 5 years and he's not changing, he's not loving you. Leave. It's annoying. But yeah, the best part of this was just watching Light struggle. It was just so satisfying. It actually feels like he's on a downward spiral now. I don't see how we can get some success over 2 L's. They've just basically won a lot here. One has gotten the other Death Note, while Light could do absolutely nothing. He's out of his depth. It's so much fun to see. To begin then, this episode was so good. This new arc that we're in just feels amazing. And I think it's just down to Light losing. He feels so helpless. After all this time of him feeling in control and untouchable, he's actually starting to fail. And I am here for it. He's had this coming for so long and we're finally getting to see it. We're finally getting to see him go through pain and annoyance and just frustration, and it is just beyond satisfying. Yeah, we get to know a lot about sort of his situation in this, or like his mindset, where he is at morally, in his humanity and all that stuff. He actually considered killing his sister. When it came down to it, he couldn't do it through his own logic. Not because he had humanity left in him, but because if he did it, it would really narrow down the search. So again, his reasoning isn't from his humanity, which he is hanging on to by a thread. It comes down to his own rationale and his own reasoning of how to try and protect himself and his identity. It comes down to his own selfishness and pride. Killing her would make things worse for him in this instance. But now, thanks to this choice, someone else has gotten a Death Note. He is no longer in control of that, and that just means very good things going forward. He now has to deal with not only 2 L's, but another L that has a Death Note, which he doesn't realize is an L yet. And you also have another Shinigami that's come into this and is going to be going for his Death Note, which is just, there's a lot happening. It makes me very excited for what is to come next, because Light, hopefully, will just be bombarded by, what is this now? 1, 2, 3, 4 different, well, technically 3 different things. 2 L's and a Shinigami. So 3 things are coming for him. Hopefully this is just too much. He is human. We can't forget that he is human. He may think he's a god, he is only human. He can't deal with all of this, and hopefully it will break him. But then near, we get to see more of him, and again, they're using the little hobbies as metaphors. I could never really see it with L's stuff, but for near, it's these buildings, whatever he's doing. It's playing darts with bad accuracy, because he's not really thinking about hitting the target, he's just throwing it as something to do to keep his mind going. But here he built the dice palace or whatever, and as the team around him dies, it crumbles. I should have checked to see what remained afterwards, because I'm assuming it would be quite poetic if like a little bit remained for the 3 that were left alive. But so far, we're not seeing his capabilities. We haven't seen him act yet. We've seen Mello act a lot, but not near. I'm waiting for that moment. I want to see what this kid is truly capable of, because he seems young, far younger than L. It's a kid, so I can't wait to see what he can truly do. Yes, he's realized that there's a second L, but that isn't that big of a thing yet. I'm waiting for him to finally start acting. He's thinking and analyzing and he's preparing at the minute, and that is a good thing. It's build up. I can't wait to see when this kid actually does something. He's surrounded by good people, better people already. The one guy, I think the younger looking dude with dark hair, already seems to be on the same wavelength as this kid. Seems to be almost at his level, of course, not an L level, but at least more useful than all the task force combined. So I cannot wait to see what this kid will be capable of and what he'll be able to do. It really feels like Light will be on the run and just be backed into a corner that he can't get out of. Then we have Mello, and I like how conflicted I am about this character, because it's clear he's not a good person. He's a bad guy. Seems like he's doing criminal stuff. Not quite sure what yet, but he's also has L's intelligence, or at least partially. And of course, now he also has a Death Note. But his motivation, I've got to remember, his motivation at the core is to find Kira and beat Nier. That's what he wants. He wants to beat Nier. To do that, he needs to find Kira. So really, happy with what he's going to do and what he's going to try and do. Happy with that. Couldn't be happier. But of course, he's going to do it in some bad ways. He's not a good guy. He's not going to have morality, and he's going to kill whoever he wants to try and get to Kira. Probably becoming a Kira in himself. But of course, Nier knows who has the Death Note, so he can take care of that. So it's kind of it's an easy loose end to take care of. So I think for the time being, I'm kind of fine with this guy having the Death Note, because overall, it will mean that Light has someone else against him. Of course, it's a morality question. Do you allow this evil to continue if it means that Light could be captured? For me, right now, after everything this show has done, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with Mello doing this because it adds a really good challenge for Light, something that he hopefully can't overcome. An L with a Death Note. Of course, no Shinigami, but still, even when L had a Shinigami, it proved useless. But you have an L who doesn't really have a moral compass to not use it, or at least use it slightly. But this guy is going to go after Kira and bring him to justice, and I just like that Light has that against him. Then poor Yagami, honestly, this show is just, he is this show's punching bag. I want him to be happy, but he's been going through so much, and now his morality has been tested. He has been forced to let someone use the Death Note to kill someone in order to prove it's real, to save his daughter. Before, when L wanted to use the Death Note to prove the 13-day rule, he would not let him. Because that basically would have let his son be proven innocent or guilty. Again, it was Light's life hanging in the balance. Yagami wouldn't do it. Now here, he's done it. And it feels, because the situation, yes, I love the situation, because of course anyone would do this. It's a fine situation. I'm perfectly fine with what happened, and I'm never going to hate Yagami for doing it. Anyone would have done this in this situation if their daughter was kept at gunpoint with the death note. So do not blame him at all, but his morality was forced to be compromised. He handed over the death note, allowed it to be used, got proof someone died, and then he handed it over. His actions caused the death of someone. Him allowing the death note to be used is a compromise of what he wanted from it. He was hoping just to hand the thing over, not have it be used, and just be gone. But his actions mean that he's compromised, which is just really sad to see. He is the best morality in this entire show, and of course that now has to have been attacked. I want him to be fine by the end of this, but the fact that they've done this makes me think otherwise. He's allowed it to be used after all this time where he's been going through so much, how he's been battling with all of this. Now he's gotten closer to moral greyness, where his morality can change depending on the situation. Of course, it's fine. I love the guy. I don't blame him, but it means that going forward, this could affect him more. It could end up being the start of a spiral. I want him to just be happy. I want him to walk away from this and just be fine. Doesn't feel like that's that concrete anymore. Then Misa, I really don't know what's going on with her. I'm trying to figure out her place in the show now. She's Light's girlfriend, or no, she's not even a girlfriend. She thinks she's a girlfriend. Light's keeping her there, but there's no emotion or attachment or anything. She's just being kept around because of the eyes. That's it. That's the only reason Light isn't killing her, because that might come in useful one day. He uses her as a second pair of hands to continue killing while he's doing something else, and then when he's frustrated, he takes it out on her. I feel bad for her, but of course, I still think I want her punished. I'm past the point of thinking that she's innocent. She's not. She does this willingly, she doesn't care, it's apathy. And she just enjoys being around Light, but hopefully that enjoyment is going away, and maybe because she could start fighting back, but then if she does, Light would kill her. So she's basically stuck in a really tough spot, which I can appreciate, and I'm very conflicted. The way they've done this character is brilliant. I'm both conflicted because I want her to be punished, but also I don't want this for her. I want her to leave Light and sort of try and live, but again, after everything she's done, live in a prison. That would work. But I don't feel like that's going to happen. It feels like she's teetering on the edge of a cliff, and Light is the one basically holding her there, waiting to push her off at the moment he wants. All she can do is smile and try to be happy and try and please him, try and delay that. But of course she's fine with that, she's happy with that, but maybe that happiness is starting to fade. I think it would be nice at the end of this she starts becoming more of a real character, in the sense that she does start having these real rationale thoughts, where she's over the bliss of having her parents' murderer taken to prison, she's over them being avenged, and starts realizing that what she's doing is just completely awful, and can just turn away from this in some way, and can be some kind of thorn in Light's foot. Then this episode ends off with the Shinigami coming after the Death Note. So I'm glad that question has been answered, because that's been from the start. Ryuk had 2 Death Notes. He had one for himself and one to drop in the human world. Where'd he get it from? Apparently this guy. And he just seemed kind of oblivious, so he hasn't realised for so many years now that his Death Note has been with Ryuk, and now he has to go and try and get it. So that is interesting, and I do wonder why it's taken him so long to realise. But of course, what can he do? He doesn't have a Death Note, so he can't even threaten Light to give him back the book, so it kind of feels like he's kind of stuck. He's got to go to Ryuk and try and hope that Ryuk will give the book back, but I doubt it. But it is good that it means there's another thing that can come and bother Light. Maybe, no, because no one can even see them. So this thing can't even go and tell people about Light. It can literally just stand there like a ghost, not being interacted with as people just do whatever. Kind of feel bad for it. The Shinigamis aren't inherently evil, they're just kind of there, and I feel bad for this thing now. He has to try and get the Death Note back from Light, which I don't think is going to happen. At the very least, it means there's something else that Light now has to deal with. So adding another thing on top of all the other things he has to deal with, so hopefully he'll be overwhelmed. Before, it was just L, kind of Misa, 2 things that he kind of managed to deal with pretty well, but it did struggle. Now he is being bombarded with 2 elves, one with a Death Note and a Shinigami coming after him. He can't be able to keep this up long. As for what's next, I honestly don't know. I'm very excited to see where this does go, because you have an L with a Death Note. The whole point of these 2 is to go after Kira. One is now working with Kira and one has a Death Note, so it's getting very confusing already. But I know the end goal is to find Kira. Light's whole point in this is to try and hide his identity. How can he do that when working with a Kira, when he has his memory, obviously? How can he do that when working with an L and while he has his memory? If this Nier is as smart as L, hopefully he can figure out that Light is lying a lot and can just realise, okay, yeah, that you're Kira, we've got it. I'm hoping it doesn't take long. I want them to find out. L has done so much to advance this case, and now you have 2 geniuses left to finish it off. This feels like the perfect time to actually do it and reveal him. Like, it would be so annoying if Light actually does manage to trick Nier into thinking that he's not Kira for a substantial amount of time, I'm really hoping Nir's smart enough to just realize it right from the get-go. This guy is masquerading as an L, worked with the original, and seems to be very close to everything, yet somehow seems really useless as well. Hopefully they start seeing that he is quite smart, so how can this smart person, who has worked with L before, not make any progress in 5 years? That shouldn't be the case. This guy's suspicious. Maybe he is Kira. Let's look into it and confront him or something. I think I just really want to see Light continually backed into a corner. I don't want to see any more successes from him. He's had enough. He's reached his peak. He got 5 years worth of his new age of Kira. Let it be done now. Let him only fall. That's all I want. But yeah, overall, this episode was fantastic. Loved everything it did. You now have an L with a death note, which just seemed insane to think about. I love just watching Light struggle and get frustrated. Of course, I don't like seeing him take it out on Misa, but hopefully this can push her to turn against him in some capacity. And then of course you have Yagami, who I just feel bad for. I want him to be happy at the end of this, and it doesn't feel like he's going to be. His morality has been fractured, which is obviously going to lead to something. It feels subtle that he's let the death note be handed over and had to test it, but they called attention to it. It's going to mean something for him. It's going to break him. But then I think this episode's biggest thing is just showing that Light still has some kind of humanity left over. Yes, it's hanging on by a thread, and yes, his reasoning for saving his sister was the need to protect himself, self-preservation, but he did struggle with the decision. He was conflicted over it. He does have some humanity, some compassion, some love in him, so that is hopefully what can be his downfall. He isn't the god he thinks he is, and hopefully that will just make him stumble. But yeah, now he's working with Nir, and I'm just hoping that Nir can figure it out rather quickly. Nir seems like a smart cookie. Seems he's got all of L's information. What is left to stop him? L was very close to figuring out who Kira was. Light was the prime suspect. Hopefully he told Nir that, because technically Nir hasn't really. Maybe he doesn't know he's talking to Light. Maybe when he realizes, he'll confront him. Maybe he'll do something. But yeah, I'm very excited to just see where this arc will continue, because this feels like it must be the final arc. You have 2 L's, Death Note, Shinigami. All of it is coming together, and I cannot wait to see how this does finally end. And I feel so conflicted. I feel like it could end up being that Light does win overall, or it could end up being that he does finally get defeated by something. I don't know at this point, but I'm so excited to find out. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments, and with that, I will see you in the next one for episode 29. See ya!